date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort online at miccosukee.com.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea, and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Let's go! Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here, and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Marlins fall in the series finale in the rubber match to the Tampa Bay Rays, 6-3 the final score. So Tampa takes the first installment of the Citrus Series, 2-1. Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco, breaking this one down for you. I think this story starts with Yuri Perez today. 5 innings of 5-run baseball. He did walk 4 again today. Couple of homers. Junior Caminero with that homer in the first. Yandy Diaz with a homer in the 5th. Again, so much promise from Yuri today that showed up in spurts. He struck out Caminero on an 101-mile-an-hour fastball. He was pumping 100 at points, but it just felt like Yuri couldn't really run through the tape today.
His fastball is one of the best across Major League Baseball, but he's having a lot of trouble really finishing off hitters. He's having trouble finding that consistency, not even over the course of a game, but even over the course of an inning. We're seeing the walks. There's just a lot that this young right-hander still needs to work on and still needs to improve on. And again, he's young, just 23 years old. He's got a lot of time, but he needs to start making some changes.
And we will see what those do look like. Meanwhile, the lineup, they were stymied at points. They out-hit the Rays today 11-7, which was an interesting note. And again, like that late comeback effort, they showed some resilience today. But at the end of the day, it was just too much for them to overcome. But it does seem like this lineup is starting to click a little bit as we go back to Miami.
Jacob Marcy is the guy I think about when I think, okay, this lineup is starting to click, because Edwards, he just continues to do what he's been doing all season. His 16th multi-hit game of the season. Otto Lopez, his 18th multi-hit game of the season. Those guys have been fantastic. No hits for Liam Hicks today, but he did draw a walk and he had a fielder's choice. Liam will continue to do well. So those top 3 in the order, they've been good all season long. But a Jacob Marcy, 8 hits over this series in 3 games. Jacob Marcy is finally finding things at the plate. Another example of that, very confidently challenges a pitch. He knows where the zone is right now, and he's feeling confident. That's going to extend this Marlins lineup. You're hoping that maybe Stowers starts to come around on the next homestand. So little by little, I think Marlins are getting their hitters together. As for this game, just not able to string enough and push across enough runs, lined into and grounded into a lot of double plays. You got to tip the hat to Walls and Palacio. They have been fantastic up the middle for the Rays, but just not the Marlins' day.
Kelly Sacco, awesome to hang with you this week. We'll see you all season long on Marlins.tv, but we will talk to you St. Louis, Sacramento, Colorado.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, highlights when we come back on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
I keep seeing celebrities posts, me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly. You don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on ErisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, totals today. Marlins fall to the Tampa Bay Rays by a final of 6-3 on Sunday afternoon. How did this ball game sound? Well, we're going to play you how scoring opened, and it came in the bottom of the first because of a superstar on Tampa side, Junior Caminero. 2-2, that one hammered. Out to left field and deep. Stowers looking up. That gets out in a blink. There's that swing. It's a rocket ship off his bat. 104, and Caminero just pulled a sweeper into the seats in left. A solo shot, his 12th of the year, and it's 1-0 Tampa in the bottom of the first. So that's how the Rays opened scoring, but the Fish got a lead back at the top of the third because of a pair of RBI opposite field singles and from two guys that the Marlins have relied on all year long. First from Xavier Edwards. 2-2 to Edwards. That one reached for and looped into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Here comes X with runners in scoring position. He drives in Casey from third base. It's an RBI opposite field single, and we're tied at 1 at the top of the third. And 2 hitters later, Otto Lopez, like he always does. Marlins, with a win yesterday, pushed to 21-25.
Marlins snapping the Rays' 11-game home win streak.
Otto lines one out to right field. That's falling quickly, and on a short hop, that's down in front of DeLuca for a base hit. X comes in to score from third. Otto Lopez with an RBI, and yet another base hit for him. Otto Lopez with an RBI shot the other way, and it's 2-1 Marlins at the top of the third. And that is what made it 2-1 Fish. But unfortunately, that was a bit short-lived. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Tampa grabbed the advantage back because of one big swing from Taylor Walls. First pitch from Uri. Walls hits well out to right center field. That may split the gap. Casey giving chase, and that will two-hop the wall. This may clear them all. Runners were off on contact. Walls around second, headed to third. Head first dive, he's in there. And Fortes scores from first base. DeLuca in from third. Mullins from second. Fortes from first. And Taylor Walls has a bases-clearing triple to right center. And Tampa jumps in front. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. For Taylor Walls, it was his second triple of the year, and he came in with 11 RBIs. He leaves now with 14 runs driven in. And to tie a bow on the scoring production against Yuri Perez, it was Yandy Diaz in the bottom of the fifth. And the first pitch to Yandy Diaz is smoked. Straight away central. Marcy back at the track and the wall, and it's off the batter's eye and gone. First pitch bomb from Yandy Diaz, his 7th home run of the year. And the second home run for Tampa this afternoon against Uri. It's 5-2 Rays in the bottom of the fifth. Now in the sixth, Tampa would add a run of insurance on a bases-loaded walk issued to Junior Caminero. But Kyle Stowers in the 8th inning, he started to cut into the deficit a little bit. Otto Lopez pacing all the baseball. His 62nd hit. Meanwhile, Stowers shoves one into center field. That's down for a base hit. Otto around third. He's coming home. Mullins' throw is going to be cut off by the first baseman, Aranda. And Kyle Stowers has himself an RBI single. It's 6-3 in the top of the eighth. But the Marlins' comeback effort fell a little bit short. It might have been too little too late, and Brian Baker collected his 12th save on the year. 2-1 pitch. Otto tomahawks one, pops it up high in the air, shallow center. Palacios, Walls, Mullins, and Simpson are there, and the shortstop Taylor Walls grabs it to end the ball game. Brian Baker shuts it down, and it's a Citrus Series win for Tampa Bay. They hold off a late comeback effort from the Marlins, and the Rays get a 6-3 win on Sunday afternoon at the Trop. That's how this one sounded. When we come back, we'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Hey, it's Tobin and Leroy. Catch us weekdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on WQAM. You know, we got the Marlins and everything else going on in South Florida sports. We like to have a good time, shenanigans, and I'll tell you how they don't make them like Brad Penny anymore. Weekdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch us on your home for the Marlins. FM 104.3, WQAM, and always streamed on Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the Remarkable Fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
The Tampa Bay Rays 6-3 on Sunday afternoon. Tampa takes the first installment of the Citrus Series, 2-1. They got the win in the series opener on Friday, and then the Marlins got the win in 10 on Saturday before falling here on Sunday afternoon. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Clayton, what do you think is hindering Yuri right now from putting it together?
Yeah, I think we just saw, and again, inconsistency with the strike throwing. He worked hard for 15 outs today, and pitch count really got driven up, and it was like 4 walks. So I think just the inability to consistently just fill up the zone. The big inning seems, right now it's in his starts where there's one inning that kind of, gets going a little bit and crooked number gets put up. So we'll just go back to work tomorrow and, continue to plug along and just try to, get him a little more consistently, filling up the strike zone.
You guys had a lead at a point. You guys stole the bases pretty well today. What did you collect collectively from this afternoon?
Yeah, honestly, I thought overall, I think we played well. And I did. I thought offensively, we stole some bases. We got in some scoring position. We had some threats there late. I think we just unfortunately had some bad aim, and some of the balls that we stung very hard, and they also made some good plays on their end too. So we just didn't get a couple to fall in when we had some opportunities late, but we were able to cash in early in the game with some 2-out knocks. So I think we gave ourselves some chances, and overall offensively did a good job against Rasmussen and gave ourselves some chances, ran the base as well again, and just weren't able to kind of get over the hump in those middle innings.
Going back to Yuri, just you often hear with guys that tall how like mechanics can get out of way quickly. Is it a matter of that? Is it being more aggressive in the zone? What sort of pinpoint maybe when he loses his command a bit?
I mean, he's certainly not trying to throw balls. I think just kind of look at where he loses some balls arm side, there for a period, and we just got to get him back where he's able to limit the number of pitches it takes to get back in sync and on track, because we do certainly every outing you see a good run and a good stretch where the version that we know we're gonna see show up more consistently is there. So just have to get back to it tomorrow.
Marcy, obviously excellent series this weekend. 8 hits, walked in that last plate appearance. What have you seen from him? Have there been any wholesale changes that have maybe kind of seen his numbers start to normalize relative to what we saw last year?
Yeah, the hitting guys in him have really been working hard here recently. Some path stuff, just kind of giving him a little bit more link through the zone. I think, earlier we were just seeing a lot of, there were a lot of pop-ups to left field, a lot of balls being clipped, kind of smothering to the pole side. So I think now, recently seeing the swing, getting the zone a little bit longer, allowing him to have a little bit more to stay through the ball, because he does. He has the ability to hit the ball to all fields and hit right, left. So it was a terrific 3 days for him to see him put multiple days in a row together. So I know he's been working hard with the hitting guys, and it paid off this last 3 days.
Is it also, I guess, some of them are also falling? He was having some bad luck before too, so it kind of evens out a bit.
Yeah, I believe that was gonna come up. Where you do the batted ball luck starts to flip your way, and you just keep plugging along. He was too good to stay down where he was for long, and certainly is. Hopefully, this is just a series that really gets him moving in the direction he's going.
Talk about the Rays stealing. I mean, it seems a little bit more aggressive than usual. Was it like a tell that you guys were seeing from the Rays, or some sort of matchup there that was in your guys' favor that you think you were just a little bit more aggressive than usual?
Drives puts in a ton of work on the opposition. Like today, their starter was someone we got a number of guys who can run, and some times that were on our side, and to get there and wait for when you were looking for and be ready to go. So I think it's kind of we certainly realize it's a big part of our offense, and some days the matchups, the timing, everything just is lines up where you have just more guys that are in play, and we had the right guys get on today, and we're able to take advantage.
How would you summarize the road trip as a whole?
Hit or miss. Really nice. So we had a couple outstanding days offensively. We were able to pile up some runs. I think today for me was a good day offensively, and we just we got to just get a little bit more consistent and in games to win more. So disappointing that we weren't able to win a series on this road trip, but we hung in there today and gave it a good fight there till the end.
All right, that was the manager, Clayton McCullough. After this one, 6-3, the Rays get the win over the Marlins. When we come back, 10th inning show concludes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
ADT is the smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows a lot can happen in a second. 1 second, you're throwing a curveball, and the next, you catch it. 1 second, you're off base, and the next, you've hit it out of the park. And when it comes to your home, 1 second, you feel safe, and the next, something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Go to ADT.com/Marlins or call 1-800-750-0647 today. For license information, go to ADT.com/licenses.
Attention, South Florida families and baseball fans. For years, Hialeah has been the heart of baseball and softball in South Florida. Now, through a special partnership between the Marlins Foundation, and the city of Hialeah, the Marlins Youth Academy at Babcock Park is aspiring the next generation. The Academy provides kids ages 5 to 18 with training, educational resources, and a place to learn, play, and grow. To learn more, visit marlins.com/Babcock.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, tying a ball on the 10th inning show. Here, the Marlins fall in the series finale in the rubber match of the Citrus Series 6-3 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Fisher back in action on Monday night. That is tomorrow night, 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Max Meyer gets the ball on the heels of his homecoming. He last threw in Minnesota in the middle game, but Meyer will get the ball opposite the rookie right-hander J.R. Ritchie. Again, 6:40 first pitch. Steven Strom will hit the air with Marlins on deck at 6 o'clock. Big thank you to Vladimir Lewis-Saint for hanging out in studio with us here on this Sunday afternoon. For Steven, for Kelly Sacco, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Tropicana Field in St. Pete. Again, Marlins fall 6-3. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.